Hey, welcome back for day 6 of our self love challenge, which is happening for full 11 days. So, if you're here for the first time, please go back and watch those 5 days challenge, but don't watch it
इन वन गो लाइक
in one go.
नेटफ्लिक्स ओके
हाँ, वैसे नहीं देखना.
एक एक करके देखो एक्सरसाइज करो फिर आ जाओ छठवें दिन यहाँ आना
Yeah,
उससे
so
पहले
daily.
नहीं आना
Daily. So, today is day 6, and in case you don't know me, my name is Mitesh Khatri. This is
इंदु खत्री
and we are law of attraction coaches and national best-selling authors of the book The Law of Attraction. As part of law of attraction technique of self-love, we're doing an exercise for full 11 days. Today is day 6. Yes, Indu, what is the day 6 exercise for today?
Okay, so yesterday in day 5 we have written forgiveness for others.
Correct.
Remember, we had identified people and we wrote forgiveness for others. Today we are going to write forgiveness for ourselves.
Yes.
We are going to forgive ourselves
For what?
for everything, for anything and everything. Let me give you an example. The I was writing the other day forgiveness for myself in relation to Deepak, my brother. So I was writing that day. I started writing, and I wrote things like I forgive myself for not helping him. I forgive myself for pampering him too much. I forgive myself for taking care of him too much sometimes. I forgive myself for not going and checking on him. I forgive myself for not insisting on bringing him here. So those are the things. He's no more.
So
there.
these were complaints that you kept having
with
towards
myself.
yourself.
Huh.
And it was going on in your mind for a long time.
Yeah.
So you would sit down and do you have to verbally say it or write it?
No, you write it down. And that day when I wrote in that book of mine, which is a A4 size book, I ended up writing 4 pages, which was extraordinary. I was also surprised at it. But you can do that. You forgive yourself for not doing things. For example, it can be between us also. I understand Deepak is no more, but things like, say, I forgive myself for not taking care of my dad as much as I should take care of my dad. Or I forgive
if
myself.
you have that complaint towards yourself.
Yeah.
So this is just an example, remember.
This is just an example. Or say, I can take the example like my in-laws doesn't live with me. They live separately. So I may feel bad about it. That okay, guilty about it. That I don't keep my in-laws with me, or I don't live with my in-laws. I'm not taking care of my in-laws, or maybe I'm not being a good bohu. So then I can write that as well.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself for not taking care of my in-laws as much as I should have.
Correct.
I forgive myself for not staying with them. You can write anything. Or say, for example, Mitesh likes roti actually, and I am too lazy to make rotis. So I can write that.
But she's a good cook.
I'm a good cook, but roti I feel too much laziness to make rotis. So I can say that also, that I forgive myself for not making rotis for Mitesh.
If you feel guilty about it again.
If you feel guilty about
Correct.
it. So whatever thing you keep thinking and it keeps going on in your mind, you just write. At the end, you will feel so light, you will feel so good. And that relationship with whom you are writing, about whom you are writing, you yourself will see you have uplifted that relationship from here to here. In
the way you relate to yourself.
In 1 minute. Because it was not there. It was in your mind only, and you are only feeling guilty, you are only feeling sad, and you are only feeling punishing yourself. Correct. And here, just by writing, you're taking off that load and you're feeling light. So the other person is not there in the picture. It is only
Just
you. Just you.
Would you like to forgive yourself? And would you like to start today? Would you like to do it tomorrow? Now, right? So if possible, maybe even literally pause this video right now. Do it now and then come back and continue this video from this point. And hey, help us spread this self-forgiveness to many people. And if not many people, let's start with how many?
3.
3 friends. Send it to at least 3 friends, because believe it or not, there are so many of us, not so many. I think every single person on this earth has a lot of complaints with themselves, which we are carrying within ourselves for so many years sometimes. It's good to just sit at one place and do this exercise of writing down, I forgive myself for. And then one at a time, forgive yourself for all those complaints that you've collected within your subconscious mind, in your heart, for yourself for many years, maybe for a few months. But forgive yourself and help us spread this forgiveness to at least 3 of your friends by sharing this video right now with 3 friends. And remember to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. And in case you feel bad that I'm interrupting and asking you for a subscription, forgive me also for it. Right? Let's take an example of people who did this forgiveness exercise. How did they feel at the end of doing this exercise? In fact, let's do it this way. Start with you sharing when you wrote self-forgiveness, 4 pages you said. How did you feel?
So I wrote that day. Incidentally, I wrote it on the first death anniversary of my brother. So I was feeling very sad in the morning. So I thought, okay, let me do that instead of graphotherapy. Decided to write forgiveness, and I felt really good. After that, there is one big shift happened between me and my relationship with my brother. This when I'm looking at his photo, his picture is just in front of me, in front of my desk actually. So when I look at his pictures, now I no longer cry. I just
Now there's a
remember
smile.
the good memories. Otherwise, what used to happen is all of a sudden I used to feel कि अरे मुझे ये करना चाहिए था, वो करना चाहिए था, ये कर लिया होता तो मैंने उसको बचा लिया होता, वगैरह वगैरह. Now that thought doesn't come. Now I'm quite peaceful about it, and I remember things, good things. Like yesterday only we were missing him, so we remember good things about him. He was a Petu, he was this, he that, and we laugh about it. So we are peaceful about his death now. We let go of him very easily,
And she
and that
didn't
has
do
happened.
that by forgiving him. She just did that by forgiving herself
Yeah.
for what she had complaints towards herself about her relationship with him. You can do the same today for your brother, for your father, for your mother. Doesn't really matter which relationship. You have some complaint towards yourself कि मुझे ये करना चाहिए था, मुझे वो करना चाहिए था. It's time to forgive yourself. Do it now. Ready? So, can you share one more example of one of our students from Platinum? They did this and what result did they share about it?
So there is one more platinum member. She did this. Incidentally, all the results are from women only.
Boys, this is a challenge. Make sure that you comment in the video below that I'm a boy, I did this exercise, I got results. Okay? Yes.
So there
By the way, you
is.
forgot me, even I'm a boy.
हाँ, but अपने रिजल्ट थोड़ी शेयर किया.
अभी अभी करते हैं. इसके बाद वाला मेरा वाला करते हैं. बोलो.
So there is one lady. She had a consistent complaint with her husband. She was complaining that वो अपने स्टाफ के साथ ऐसे नहीं करते, उनको ये करना चाहिए, उनको कंट्रोल लेना चाहिए, उनको वॉक पे जाना चाहिए, ही शुड टेक केयर ऑफ हिज हेल्थ वगैरह वगैरह. और वो खुद ही उसके बारे में सोच के कि मैं उसके लिए कुछ कर नहीं पा रही हूँ बोल के खुद ही कंप्लेन मोड में चली जाती थी कि मैं मेरे हस्बैंड के लिए ये नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, वो नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, उसको वॉक पे नहीं भेज पा रही हूँ, उसको टीटी नहीं खेलने दे रही हूँ, वगैरह वगैरह. So she started writing and she felt so good about it. Afterward, you won't believe what happened. She did not communicate this to her husband, by the way. She did it in her notepad only, in her heart.
Forgiveness for herself.
For herself. That evening, her husband went for 1 hour walk on the beach. Wow. Which he loves it since.
Wow.
It was a surprise for her. She just wrote. And evening she messaged me saying that, believe it or not, he has gone for a walk for 1 hour on the beach.
Wow. See, your self love converted into somebody else's self love. Because at the energy level, we are all what? We're all one. The moment you forgive yourself, you've already spread a lot of forgiveness in the universe. So please do this exercise today. And as promised, I'll also share one example from my life. In fact, I believe this is one of my strengths. I forgive myself very easily. I am also very hard on myself. She tells me that many times I crib about myself that I'm